Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm Andrew Brown from Manchester Citizens Advice Bureau. In October, we won with our partners the Community Legal Advice Service contract for Manchester, and we were awarded £7.2 million over 3 years, and life looked pretty good. Our partners included Shelter, Advice UK agencies and private practice lawyers. We employ 90 staff. In November, we found out about the proposed legal aid reforms and that £3.6 million of our funding is likely to be withdrawn. 30 staff potentially being made redundant, life's not looking quite as rosy. It will mean the loss of 97% of our specialist advice services and the loss of access to advice for about 7,000 legally aidable clients in Manchester. What I find completely unjustifiable is that all the equality impact assessments are entirely disregarded, because we can tell you from Manchester, as I'm sure everybody else will, that the majority of our users come from low-income households. They have to qualify for legal aid. They're predominantly women. They come from black and minority ethnic communities. They're people who have disabilities, people with mental health problems. I'd just like to give you an example of a typical client that comes into our centres. Came in January this year, 41-year-old Asian man who has multiple severe mental health issues, including a diagnosis of schizophrenia. He'd recently been discharged from the mental health ward of Manchester Royal Infirmary, having been sectioned for self-harming. His sister contacted our specialist welfare rights advisor as she found him a privately rented flat, but he had no income. His benefits previously being stopped as a result of his hospitalisation. Prior to going into hospital, he'd had a flat, but his landlord had thrown him out, put his clothes and belongings on the street. We helped him to obtain a crisis loan. Well, the proposed welfare reforms are likely to put a paid to that. We were able to get him money to put in his electricity meter and some food. We got a reinstatement of his incapacity benefit, put in a fresh claim for disability living allowance, housing and council tax benefit. And his total weekly income increased from nil to £330 a week. We got some of his income backdated to the date of his hospital discharge. Between 2009 and 2010, our specialist welfare rights teams assisted 1,400 such people. Those people will be denied access to justice if these proposals go through. Manchester, as Yvonne said, will become potentially an advice desert. Thank you.